Hello, now today I'm with the actor KenKitson, who's appeared in many programmes from Emmerdale, Coronation Street, and probably is most well known for his many appearances as one of the policemen in Last of the Summer Wine. Very nice to see you, Ken.
And you. Cheers, Martin. You alright?
Yes, very well, thanks. Well, I think here we are at Bidebecks Hotel, where Ken is putting on a show at the end of March, and more about that later on. And I think now, Ken, we'll go inside where it's a bit warmer.
Where it stopped raining?
Yes. Well, now, would you like to tell us a bit about some of the other things you've appeared, other than Last of the Summer Wine?
Yeah, I mean, from drama school, I did 3 years at drama school, and I got things like The Sweeney, Minder, Danger UXB, all these sort of things, Van der Valk. That was the first few jobs I did. But the very first job I did was a thing called Wish for Wally's Mother, which was a series of 7 plays called Seven Faces of Women. And I played this retarded character, if you can say that now, but that's, you know, one that was a mind of about a 10-year-old, you know what I mean? And I did that, and that was a lovely part with Ruth Dunning, the old actress Ruth Dunning. And from there I went on to do a bit of theatre in Lancaster. And I worked with Joan Littlewood in Stratford East. That's how I got my equity card. And it just went on from there. And then I did in the history books for Coronation Street, because I've done 4 different characters since the 70s. No other actor's ever done that, you know. So yeah, it's just gone on from there. Just various films. I've done about 7 films. And just mainly TV all the way through for 40 years.
Right, well, between 1983 and 2010, you actually appeared in no less than 88 episodes of the longest-running TV sitcom, Last of the Summer Wine.
Exactly.
So how was that?
It was fantastic. I mean, I did, before that, I did a thing called Ripping Yarns with Michael Palin. And Alan Bell, the same director as Summer Wine, did that. And I didn't find out till about 5 years before Summer Wine finished that it was Michael Palin that put me forward for Summer Wine.
Oh, right.
And I thought it was Alan Bell, the director, that had cast me for it. But the idea came from Michael, you know, and I worked with Michael on GBH and Jake's Progress, and with Robert Lindsay. And that was it. I mean, so that's how I got the Summer Wine, basically. I was put forward by Michael Palin.
And you had some good times recording the episodes.
Oh, yeah, that's some fantastic times. We lost a lot of good people over the years, you know, like Bill, everybody remembers Bill Owen, obviously, and Thora Hurd and Kathy Staff and Brian Wilder, some fabulous, fabulous people, you know, and but it just kept running and running, and Roy Clark, the writer, is brilliant, because at one time he had been writing Keeping Up Appearances, Open All Hours and Summer Wine all in the same year. You know, that takes some doing, you know, so, and just to be the same writer on something for 38 years is amazing. And, you know, it just kept going, and where he got the stories from, I don't know. For ourselves, I mean, he used to be a policeman, did Roy, so I think that's why we got a lot of the good lines, you know, sort of, a lot of the tea and sandwiches, so I think that's where it all came from, And
you must have seen some of the lovely parts of Yorkshire where you used to...
Home First was lovely to film in. And we did mainly film all the time. We did very little studio work at all, because it was all outside filming for the 2 policemen, basically. We wrecked a few police cars over the years. We had a few bumps with those, but no, meant to be, not ours, not my bad driving. But yeah, we did some great stuff. I really loved it.
I seem to remember one episode where they came over the car in a barrel or something. They were rolling down the hill and went straight over the top of the police car.
And I still get people, even today, Martin, up to, I bet 30 or 40 people talking to me every day about Summer Wine. People still miss it. You know, I mean, all right, they're watching it on repeats, but it's not the same, you know, and...
it's a legend, isn't it?
It is. I don't think anybody will ever do anything that's 38 years long again, you know, like a sitcom like that, ever. And what was nice about it was harmless fun, like The Dad's Army and all these. It's harmless fun and good family viewing. And there's not a lot of that on TV at the moment, unfortunately.
So coming to the present day now,
Yeah.
in a few weeks' time here at Beiderbecke's Hotel, you're going to be putting on a show. I think it's on the 20th of March.
Yeah, 20th of March,
And that's
Wednesday
called,
night, yeah.
And that's
It's
called
called An Arresting Night with Cooper and Walsh. And what it is, we come on as the policeman, me and Lewis Emmerich, the other guy that plays with the copper, from Summer Wine, and all the ideas come from the audience. So we don't know what we're doing when we come on.
It's totally off the cuff.
Totally off the cuff,
Wow.
yeah. And the last time we did the show here last March, and we did 2 hours 45 minutes improvisation. And I could have gone on another hour at least, you know. And the guy, a friend of mine, reads the ideas out from the people. And it said, oh, just make this the last one, Ken. I said, no, I'm fine. He said, this is the last one. It's after 11 o'clock, you know what I mean? And it's a fantastic show because it's all the ideas are from the audience. So we just don't know what we're doing. And by the time Paul gets the idea from a member of the audience, reads it to me, I repeat it. In that time, I thought of an idea.
Yeah.
It's as quick as that.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, and we
That
do
is
all,
really
we do all
amazing,
sorts,
yeah.
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 We've got our own uniforms now because BBC wanted their uniforms back, obviously, and I came up with the idea of this show, and Lewis was terrified of it because he'd never done improvisation like I've done, because he used to teach drama in Bradford, you know, before I moved to Scarborough. And he said, we're without a script, KK, you're joking, you know what I mean? And he's like that, you know, and I said, don't worry about it, Lou, just follow me, you know. And it was great, and it really works well. And the more we've done about 12, maybe 15 shows of it now, and the more we do, the quicker timing wise and working together. And it's just fantastic. It really keeps you on your toes. Yeah, I love it.
Well, you're now currently living here in Scarborough.
Yeah.
So how are you finding things now?
I love it. I just love it. I wish I'd have done it 20 years ago. I've been here for just over 3 years, and I stayed in Bradford while my mum was alive, and she died in 2008. And when she'd gone, I didn't want to stay there in Bradford anymore. And I've also wanted to live near the sea, so I came over here. And I just love it, absolutely love it. And in the time I've been here, I've done I do a one-man show as well, which I've only done a couple of times here, and that's about a 2.5 hour show that I do as well. And that's singing and reading me poetry. And the poetry is from a book called Moods, Moments and Memories, and which is 50 original poems. And then Yorkshire artists have put their interpretation of my poetry in the book.
Right.
And that can be bought on Amazon. But myself, I've sat outside shops over the last 2 years. I've sold about 2,000 copies.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's amazing.
Yeah, sat there and signing it. Yeah, and it's done really well. I'm really proud of the book. There's one poem in it called Mum's Blessing. I read it at my mum's funeral, and about 20 people wanted to copy the poem after the funeral because it related to their mums as well. You know, so.
I shall have to buy a copy from
Yeah.
you, Ken, because it's my wife's birthday in a few
Well,
weeks'
I've just
time.
sold the last copy at the
Oh,
moment,
dear.
honestly. I've got to order some more, Martin, yeah. But it's done really well for me. And a lot of Yorkshire artists, like I said, have put their interpretation of my poetry in there. And what I did, I gave them the poems and let them choose which they wanted to draw about, you know what I mean? Some lovely sketches in there as well, you know. So it's a book I'm really proud of, And there's every sort of poem. There's a comedy. There's sad ones, as I said, like my mum's bless them and all that.
Yeah.
But even that's funny, you know, because my mum was a funny person.
Yes.
You know, she's got a great sense of humour, you know, and my dad as well, you know. And I've sadly lost both of them. But I just wish I'd have come to Scarborough about 20 years ago. I just love it here. I really do.
Any plans to write another book?
I don't know. I've got somebody wanted me to do an autobiography, and I thought, well, there's a lot of them about. So I've got an idea that somebody at the moment, a friend of mine, whose mother is doing a scrapbook for me of all the things like the Sweeney, the Minder, all the things I've done. And what I thought of doing is bringing a book out, maybe with the pictures in, and then me writing something in between. So it's like an autobiography, but it's more a scrapbook type of book. You know what I mean? And I mean, I want to call it the Never Believe It, but I don't know.
Time will tell.
Yeah, and again, it could be, you know, again, moods, moments and memories, you know, or something like that. But I just think that it's something I might tackle. I really might tackle that.
Oh,
yeah.
Again, watch this space.
Yeah, I never stop working up here, that's the trouble. You know, and it's been a sort of a lean time acting-wise for me over the last few years, but it's never dampened my spirit. No, leveling up my confidence, you know, and I've always got these other ideas. And like I say, in Bradford I used to teach drama, and he used to charge £3.50, and that included tea, coffee and biscuits, and I paid for room. So I didn't do it for the money. I did it because I love teaching drama. You know, I just love it.
Super.
You know, yeah, it's good.
Well, thank you very much for
You're welcome.
spending the time
Cheers,
with
Martin.
us.
Cheers.
So this is Martin Atterbury for Scarborough TV News with Ken Kitson of Last of the Summer Wine fame.
Thank you.